battle. The battle is actually in your head. You're not gonna hear noises, you're not gonna hear gunfire, you're not gonna hear any explosions. It's not that kind of battle. What's in your head is weakness and laziness, and they're not attacking, they're sneaking around. They're poisoning the strength in your brain. All you have to do to kill procrastination is just start. You just go, and procrastination dies. So don't wonder how you overcome procrastination. It's easy. All you do to overcome procrastination is go.
One problem that I've always had is that I absolutely love sleeping. Give me a day off and I'll sleep for 12 hours in a single day. But what I found was that when I finished up my schooling in college and I was living at home, only working part-time with very little responsibility, I found my productivity going to absolute shit. And as an INTJ who loves efficiency, that was absolutely unacceptable. It's like I went from being a machine in college, scheduling out, every single hour of my day and following the schedule to a T, to not even being able to wake up to my alarm and getting out of bed. I just wanted to get my life back in order so that I could start crushing my goals again and become a full-time online coach. But more than anything, I wanted a sense of purpose, because working at these minimum wage jobs was just so soul-crushing and mind-numbing that I really couldn't stand it. So I started setting multiple alarms so that I could try and force myself to get my bitch ass out of bed, because the constant interruptions would just be so annoying. But I found myself literally getting out of bed and hitting the snooze button, and it just wasn't an effective strategy for me. I knew that this was one bad habit that I had to absolutely destroy if I really wanted to accomplish my goals and ambitions, because not only was it sapping the amount of time that I had to work on them, but it was also creating negative momentum by creating a sort of nonchalant atmosphere to start the day off with, when I really need to be getting after it, but it just seemed like nothing was working. And so that's when I started talking to Goggins. People have always called Goggins lucky. As time passes on, he seems to only get more ripped, make more money, have more girlfriends, and become happier and happier. Many people denounce him because they feel that he has been favored by God, whereas they have been forgotten or overlooked. But his mere presence uplifts all those around him out of despair and hopelessness nonetheless. Since a child, it was drilled into him that he must always wake up early and never let the sun catch him sleeping, that he should earn his breakfast in the morning by working out first, that he should work 6 days a week and take one day off like God, and that he should always cherish and put his family first. And because the weight of his good habits had formed the basis of his character in his childhood, they have also carried him throughout his adulthood, making failure impossible and success inevitable. So it's got me thinking, what if I couldn't find the strength to wake myself up in the morning because the weight of my bad habits outweighed the weight of my good ones? They say that humans are lazy and we seek the path of least resistance. And so how is it that I can make my desire to get my lazy ass out of bed early in the morning more desirable than, staying in bed under the cozy, warm blankets? And clearly, just setting more alarms wasn't really gonna do the job either. So what was, the underlying cause that was keeping me in bed and hitting that snooze button over and over again? And so this was when I realized that everybody has goals. And even if you don't consciously select those goals, you still are going to be moving towards them nonetheless. And so rather than just leaving my goals up to my pre-programming to seek the path of least resistance, I just needed to flip the script on myself. You see, disciplined people make the right thing to do easy and the wrong thing to do hard. And so when I started interrogating myself about why I would sleep in as opposed to getting up out of bed and crushing my goals, I would come up with pussy-ass excuses like, well, I don't really have to get up right now, like nothing is forcing me to. But that's when I realized that fundamentally I'm a man of my word. And so that's why when I was back in my college courses and I had like a really early class, I'd wake up by 5:30 a.m. to be able to leave by 6 a.m. to go outside in like the 30-degree weather and ride my bike 5 miles uphill just to make it to class just on time. And so therefore, if I was really gonna rebel against my pre-programming and go to war with myself, then I just need to recreate that early morning commitment. And so once I switched up my work schedule to necessitate me to wake up earlier, that's when I started living like a fucking champion. You see, it's not like I enjoy getting out of bed any more than I did in the past. It's just that I hate going back on my word more, and so that hate fuels me to get my ass out of bed and to, live according to my value of being a man of my word. But irrespective of just being able to wake up early, the one thing that I'm most proud of is the commitment that I've renewed to my goals and ambitions. Before, I used to beat myself up all the time because I knew that I wasn't putting in 100% effort into, what I really wanted to do in my life. But now, because I start each day like a champion, I know that there's no other real choice but for these good deeds to compound and for me to ultimately be a success. Alright guys, so I hope you liked that video. Comment, subscribe, drop a like, so on and so forth. And if you guys want, access to my free mastermind guide, which is really going to help you guys get your mind back on track, to get your ass out of bed and to start crushing your goals and to set clear goals that you can actually work towards, so clear that you can almost see it standing before you, then link's going to be in the description for you, so definitely check that out. And as always, keep dreaming while you're awake. Peace.
You ever wonder what it feels like when dreams bleed into real life? Seeing scenes from TV get realized. Palm trees, a soft breeze and chilled ice. Till tides wash away our problems in the spilled wine.